Carlotta was after the golden sword that Mundy had been carrying. I needed to find out where the sword was now. Alkali certainly wanted the golden sword that Mundy was carrying. Had he killed him to get it? Was there a connection between the killings and the sword? I had no way of knowing. Horst wanted the sword pretty badly. It must have been worth a fortune. Still here?
Not for much longer, I hope.
Does this mean anything to you?
It's a shipping order.
I'd worked that out, thanks.
There you go. Didn't even need my help.
I showed Regin's picture to the first mate, and he recognized it.
Yes, I think that was the dwarf who pulled up in a carriage shortly after we docked. I think he collected some of the cargo, too.
Do you remember which way he went?
He drove away upwards at high speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he caused an accident somewhere down the line.
Can you tell me anything about the carriage the dwarf was driving?
I'm sorry, I can't remember. My memory isn't very good. I need things to jog it.
Would a crowbar work?
But that's not what I meant.
What can you tell me about the cargo you just brought in?
It was heavy, and it was all packed into crates.
That's not very helpful. It's what was in the crates I'm interested in.
If they wanted us to know what was in the crates, they would tell us.
But you could be shipping anything. Aren't you just a little curious?
A little being curious makes for a lot of being dead.
Don't you ever peek?
Even if I did, I wouldn't tell anyone about it.
Well, safe voyage, if that's possible. I headed back the way I came. I couldn't shake the feeling I was being watched. When the Milka left, someone must have left one of the mooring lines behind. That was careless. Some people will steal anything. If I pride myself on anything, it's that I don't steal without a good reason. Well, I don't steal rope without a good reason. Some people will steal anything, and that includes me, it seems. Someone was definitely following me. They were keeping their distance, but I managed to briefly catch sight of the dwarf who was following me. I doubled back on myself, trying to get a good look at the dwarf who was following me. It was Alkali. I slipped away into the streets before he realized I'd spotted him. Alkali was still following me. I'm back.
Let's have a party.
Do you know anything about the Milka's cargo?
Just one thing, that the cargo of the Milka is confidential and I won't discuss it with you.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
It's faintly familiar, but no, I can't place it.
I've come to collect some cargo.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna swallow that, aren't I? I mean, you come up asking questions about cargo, and I won't tell you about the cargo. Then, miraculously, you're here to collect some cargo. You must think I was born yesterday.
Well, I can always take this shipping order to your boss and say that you wouldn't let me collect my cargo.
Okay. Well, let's not be too hasty, eh? I mean, I have to be skeptical, right? I'm a watchman. Where would we be if people like me weren't just a little bit cynical? All right. You win.
I eventually persuaded the watchman to show me the ledger for the recent deliveries. The Milka had been carrying some wine barrels that were shipped to the Café Ankh and some crates under the name Varberg. According to the watchman, they were collected by the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. I guess somewhere was the von Uberwald crate that went with the shipping order. But the watchman didn't know about it, and there was no sign of it in the warehouse. The barrels had been on the Milka, so the sword might be in one of them. It seemed likely that Mundy would have hidden the sword in Carlotta's crate, unless he didn't intend for Carlotta to get it. The Varberg crates were one of the possible places Mundy could have hidden the sword. Somewhere between the Milka and the warehouse, Carlotta's crate had disappeared. According to Carlotta, it wasn't important, but I still wanted to know where it was. That probably wouldn't help me to find out where the carriage went.